Hello everyone, forgot to plug my mic in, which is a bit of a bone error when you're coming out the live stream. Sitting here watching the time and time down and forgot to plug the microphone in. Anyway, I'm here now, hopefully you can hear me. I think I'm on both channels. Yeah, it should be left and right, hopefully. If I'm not, stick it in the chat and everything else and let me know. Hopefully you can hear me as well. So what we're doing today, back to building. I've prepped off camera. I'd prepped all the main parts for the rest of the empennage. When the empennage, if you don't know, if you're coming back to the channel after a while, is all the tail of the aircraft. So all the sections at the rear of the aircraft. So this section here, which is the parts that we're building. So this horizontal stabilizer and elevator, and the vertical stabilizer and the rudder as well. So that kind of T section at the back of the aircraft. What we're doing though, we've prepped all these parts. These have all been prepped. All the holes have been deburred. All the parts have been deburred. And we're now on to just getting the skins sorted. So I've got the skins for the elevator assembly ready to go. I've done the vertical stabilizer, I've done the skins for that, and I'll show you what I did in a little while. And by doing those, what I mean is, if we can see here, we are there we go, we are, you see all the holes that we've got here. You can see here that they've got these sections that are put, and they say you need to dimple those. And what that means is just kind of putting a dimple in the skin so the rivet head sits in there. It's more streamlined and helps with reducing drag. So we needed to do these sections and dimple those, and then the rest of the holes just need to be prepped and cleaned up. So what I've done is off camera, just to make sure I got my process down before I come and sort of say it to the world, is to prep these. So, but the first thing is, obviously all the parts completely covered in a blue plastic, so we need to get that off. And so if we switch over to the main bench, and here we are. So yeah, I'm using my my Logi sort of thing here, which hopefully I should be able to use when I'm at the bench here to control the camera feed that you've got. I'm just going to turn my screen around so that I can see if anyone is chatting. I've got Gary saying hi, F1 starts at 5. I'm not going to be here that long, Gary, but thanks anyway. Thanks for reminding. If you can give me a heads up and tell me and scream and shout at the camera if I'm going to miss it, but obviously I'll head in shortly. I'm just doing a short stream just to A, show you what I've been doing, and B, just to check that it's all working. Hopefully, Gary, you can hear me on, I think you're watching on YouTube, aren't you? Hopefully you can hear me, you can see me. I can see and hear me, but I'm here. You're not. So what we did was, this is the vertical stabilizer. And you can see here where we've done all the dimpling of all the parts, and we did down there. What we did was, this blue plastic protects the metal from being scratched and damaged, so we want to leave that on as long as we can. And considering that the aircraft probably isn't going to be completed for a wee while, and these parts are going to get stored, I'm trying to leave the blue plastic on as best I can. Because it's plastic, it melts. So what I've used is just a portable soldering iron with a new tip that's got a very, I've like kind of taken a grinding wheel to it and just made it nice and smooth on the end so it's not going to scratch. And all I'm doing is literally just going along gently and just melting the plastic and then peeling it off. Leaves me a nice clean area. I can then dimple these and sort them out. And I did the bits that needed dimpling first, and then I went and took the other bits off that didn't need dimpling. So that I knew when I was doing the dimpling which bits need to be done. So I've done that both sides. That means I can now, when I do my priming of all the parts, I can prime the inside of the metal here that's going to cover the sections, and that's going to be primed, and I'll leave the outside until we actually get to the point of spraying the aircraft and colouring it in. Etc. Gary's saying yes, all good, which means you must be able to hear me. Awesome, thanks mate. And so I'm going to put that part down there. And we have started on this section, which is part of the elevator and or horizontal stabilizer even. So that's the leading edge of the aircraft. You can see here we've got all these bits here. But what I did do was I stripped all the plastic off. You know, I said on the last part I was stripping it and then the bits needed to be dimpled. I was doing this the other day. I was a little bit tired, got back from my flight, and I just come out here for 20 minutes and just quickly did this. I completely forgot that was going to be my process. So I've stripped all the plastic off for all the rivets, and now I need to work out which bits need to be riveted. So this is the elevator. I've got the drawings here. And I should be able to, if I push that button. No, that's not the right one. So we want to look at the elevator is further up. I'm using my Logi Lumini thingy here. So I should be able to go up to the drawings. There's the that's the elevator. So we need this section here. And if we go a little bit further up, we should be able to get to the section that's here, which is the horizontal stabilizer is what we want, not the elevator. The elevator's at the back, isn't it? Because that moves up and down to make it fly. So here's our elevator, and here's the horizontal stabilizer. So that's the skin that we've got, and we want to. I'm going to put that screen up there, so I'm looking at you and looking up there at the same time. But I just want to test it works. So this is the bit we need to do. And I can control this quite well actually. So these are the rivets we need to or dimples we need to do. So we've got those lines there. So all along this edge is dimpled. All along there is dimpled. All along there is dimpled. And then from that edge all the way along to there. So what I'm going to do is just get a red Sharpie. Just going to look a little bit closer. So it's not that one, that last one, because we can see in the drawings that that one's not needed, but it's all those, and then all those up to there is correct, and then it's not that end one, so it's all those and all those, all those and all those. So that's what we need to do, is dimple those. And then please scream if you see me doing something wrong here. We need to do the other side as well. So this is going to be all those from there to there, all those from there to there, those from there to there, and then all those from there to there. So those lines all again, all the way. So that's ready to be dimpled, and it's a two-person job sadly. He needs a big where's it gone? It is, there it is. Needs a big tool like this, which is big and heavy, and as you can see we come down with the dimples and we push the dimples. The dimple dies are actually in my hand squeezer at the moment, but they'll fit in there, and as it comes down it dimples the skin and puts that dent into it. Like I was saying, but you need one person to do the handle, but you need another person to hold the metal. So it's something where I need a friend. Gary, if you're about, come visit. And I normally have Chris here, but Chris has been busy of late, so he's not been able to help. So we've got this bit complete, and I'm leaving the skin on the inside until we do the dimple. Actually, I might take that off now and get rid of it. It's done then, isn't it? So this is all the blue plastic. There you go. So that one is ready to be dimpled, and I'll sort it out later. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do the same to this one, and we'll put it there, and then we will need to get this going. So turn it on. You can hear the gas, and doesn't work. It doesn't normally take this long to start. Oh well. Wonder if it's not gas. It's got plenty. It's got like half a tank of gas in there. I wonder if it's just the igniter's not igniting in there. Take his gloves off. Yeah, there's no ignition in there. Oh no, now it lights. Let's turn that off before I hurt myself. Oh, there we go. Turn the gas on, Cliff. There we go. I can hear it now. Can you hear it? Buzzing away. Right. So that is just going to take a few minutes to warm up. So I'm going to put that there for the moment. And what we can do is, while we're doing that, is work out again what we need to do. So is that one there, but all the way to there. That one there, all the way to there. That one there, all the way to there. And then that one there, all the way up to the end there. So we'll peel those off, and then we know what we're doing when we are going to dimple them, and then it's basically just rinse and repeat. So all these skins have been prepped. I've ground all the edges off, and they're ready to go. And it's just a matter of just prepping them and doing them, and then we can fill them all in. So this should be pretty much come up to temperature, which it is, and it is literally just drawing around. And I'm going to take that all the way up there and leaving it wide enough that I can then pull these bits off. Yeah, it's gone through. It's just there we go. And you see, leaves a nice clean line, and the stuff gets everywhere. So you can go nicely around there, come all the way down, all the way back up there, and join that. There you go. And the advantage of this, doing it this way, is you then know which bits need to be done, and it protects the metal such that we know we're not going to cause too much damage, because all that happens is if you scratch it all up, you've then got to buff it out later and get it all cleaned up, ready to be sprayed by whoever's going to spray it. I'm kind of hoping I can spray it myself. A friend of mine, Peter, who Gary knows as well, has been painting some 3D printed models of the Sling aircraft, and I'll show one next time I'm on a stream, but it looks fantastic, and he's offered to help spray it. I think he loves his thing. Change of scene, that's a good idea, Gary. Let's try that, shall we? I need to come over here to that one. How about that? There you go. Thank you. Is that better? I think it must be. Yeah, you can fully see me now. So you can see now, we've done that, and it was a good call. And I'd actually put that there. Already done the other side, but I'd done it without doing the dimpling there. So I haven't marked dimpling. So I've done that, and I've done the other bits. So what I might do actually is on this side, is where I got it, mark those up like I did before. So that one to that one, that one to that one, that one to that one, that one to that one. And then while I've got the soldering iron out, I might as well finish these off and get the rest of it stripped. And it's a lot easier to get this off, he says. And just need to come in there. You see it all comes off fairly easy. Just need to, and because it's got a rather smooth end on it, it means it's not going to scratch any of the metal underneath, and we can leave the blue stuff on to protect, so that when we do persuade Pete, probably with a bottle of whiskey or something, to come and help paint the full aircraft when it's done, it means that we can we don't need to do too much prep work because we haven't damaged the paintwork. I've not gone through there quite enough. Just a little bit slower just to melt the plastic. And it doesn't need to be too neat because at the end of the day all we're doing is sticking rivets through. There you go. So that's that bit complete, and we can turn that off, save the gas. Leave that in there for a bit, like that. So that's all prepped and ready to go, and then it's just a case of taking the plastic inside off, blue plastic everywhere, and that's ready to be primed. So that's another one that's ready. That's the elevator skins ready to go, and yeah, so we've got all that done, which was nice, quick and easy, and we can maybe look at the next set of skins which we've got over here, which are on these, the elevator skins. So I'm going to try a different way of looking at the drawings now. I'm going to go across to this, and I'm going to go to desktop, and you should be able to see me. Yep, on this camera now, which has got all my desktop drawings on. So I'm going to look for I just said elevator, didn't I? So horizontal stabilizer, horizontal stabilizer. Now we're on to the elevator assembly. So we've got all this, and elevators down here, and we got the left side and right side skins. I can't see that we need to put any dimples in the elevator skin. So let's go back to the top of the elevator assembly, which is, that's the horizontal stabilizer, which you just did. So we are on the elevator. So 10 and 28 are the two parts there which get called out over here. So 28 is elevator skin left and 10 is elevator skin right. And you can see those two skins there. And it looks like, normally if you look at the other sections like the horizontal stabilizer, it starts off the exploded diagram and what it'll look like when it's complete. And then it shows you what dimpling you need to do on the very next page. It's the same for all the sections. So we go to elevator and we look at these. It doesn't look like there's an exploded view, and the next bit doesn't mention any dimpling whatsoever. So I'm imagining that we don't need to do any dimpling on the elevator skins, which means we just need to strip the rivet lines, which we can do, and an elevator assembly. And there's the trim motor. Vertical stabilizer has been built. I can show you that actually on camera. If I go back to the main bench, I can grab that down, because that is up here. So this has been riveted, or not riveted, but clecoed together. The clecos are basically a temporary rivet, so they expand to go in the hole and hold the bits together. So this I've just put together. I've just prepped all the parts and dimpled all the sections. You can see all the little red marks against there. Prepped and squared up this hole, because this part was all twisted when it came out the box. So use like a squeezer that puts a different like kind of dent line. You might be able to see it on the camera. It comes down, dents in and back out again, and it helps square up that piece. So that all got done as well. And this is kind of ready to be primed and sprayed. Need some inside the section here. Need these holes here, just drilling out a little bit deep, wider, and some rib nuts put in, which I'm going to do on a different stream once I've worked out a camera angle that allows you to see when things are a little bit closer. So at the moment the camera angle you've got is pretty wide and pretty big here. So right, so it's 4:30. I'm going to go and watch the Formula 1, as I'm sure Gary is as well, and he probably doesn't want to watch me anymore. Thanks Gary for checking the stream works. I just wanted to do a quick stream and show how to strip the blue plastic off using a portable soldering iron. And obviously if you've got a wired one as well, that works, but obviously here in the bench using a portable one is a little bit easier because you've not got cables and wires with sharp metal around. So I've got a few parts prepped there. I'll do these parts ready probably off stream and get them ready, and then when I get you to join me next, it will probably be to finish that vertical stabilizer, drill the holes, put the rib nuts in, and with some Loctites. So where is it? There you go, Loctite 270, which is like a really strong thread lock. You put that on the rib nut and it just helps stop them spinning, because quite often over the years they'll come loose and they'll start to spin as you're screwing and screwing, which is never any good. And if you can't get to it because it's inside the structure, you're kind of screwed really. So you put some of this on and hopefully it will stop that from happening. But I'll show that on the next stream. At the moment I'm going to say goodbye for now. I'm going to head inside and catch up on the Formula 1. So come on Lando, let's see you win. I didn't get to see the sprint race yesterday, so yeah, I've missed out on that, but never mind. Hopefully it was a good race, and hopefully Lando got some points out of that as well. But I'm heading inside, but thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.